In the beginning, there was only God. Before there were stars or sky or song, He was there, perfect in holiness, complete in love and splendor. Then God said, "Let there be light." With a word, light burst into the darkness. Warm, golden light filled the heavens, and the first dawn rose over a brand new world. He called the light day and the darkness night, and evening and morning passed. This was the first day. Next, God said, "Let us separate the waters in the heavens from the waters beneath it." He spread the heavens like a vast blanket, separating the waters above from the waters below. The air shimmered with brightness, and soft clouds drifted like gentle thoughts across the newborn sky. Then God said, "Let the waters be separated from the earth." He gathered the waters into seas, and the dry land appeared. Green life sprang up, grasses, vines, trees, and flowers of every color. The earth dressed itself in living beauty, and the fragrance of new creation filled the wind. God looked and said, "It is good." On another day, God said, "Let us separate the great lights in the sky, the sun to rule the day, the moon and stars to rule the night." They glowed with rhythm and order so that days and seasons would have their time. The heavens danced in shining harmony. The next day, God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." Then seas rippled with sudden life. Fish of every kind darted through the deep. Sleek dolphins leapt for joy. Above, the air beat with the wings of countless birds, bright feathers catching the sun. Slowly, God's beautiful creation was being created, layered in His love and holiness. Then, on the fifth day, God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind." God formed the creatures of the earth, gentle deer, strong lions, and small creatures that scurried beneath the leaves, each one unique, each one made with care. God looked on His beautiful creation, satisfied with the works of His marvelous hands. He acknowledged, "It is good." On the sixth day, God did something special. God decided it was time to make someone who was in His image and likeness. God made you and me. Well, He made someone else first. Adam, the first man who ever lived. On the sixth day, God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the creatures that move along the ground." He formed a man made in His own likeness, fashioned with wisdom and tenderness. The man was still, peaceful, like a sculpture waiting for breath. Then God breathed into him the breath of life. That holy breath filled his lungs, his heart beat, his eyes opened, and light reflected in them. The first man saw the colors of creation and felt the warmth of the sun on his skin. God called him Adam. God placed Adam in a garden more beautiful than words, the Garden of Eden. Clear rivers flowed through it, trees bent low with fruit, and every flower seemed to smile. God gave Adam a purpose, to tend and care for all that lived there. Yet God saw that Adam was alone, so He caused him to fall into deep sleep, and from that sleep God brought forth a companion, woman, like him, yet wonderfully different. When Adam awoke and saw her, joy filled his voice. He called her Eve, the mother of all who would live. Together they walked in peace. Every day they talked with God in the cool of the garden, learning His ways, feeling His presence like the gentle wind that moved through the trees. Nothing was hidden, nothing broken. The world was whole. But one day, another voice whispered, soft, curious, questioning. It spoke of taking their own way, of deciding right and wrong without the Maker's guidance. Adam and Eve listened, and the harmony trembled. They reached for what was forbidden, believing it would make them wiser. When they tasted disobedience, the light dimmed. Their hearts grew heavy, and they hid among the trees. Yet even then, God came looking for them. He called, "Where are you?" Not in anger, but in sorrow and love. They stepped forward, afraid and ashamed, and told him what they had done. God explained the pain their choice would bring, toil, sorrow, and distance, but he did not leave them without hope. He promised that one day good would overcome evil, that a child born into the world would heal what was broken and bring people back to him. God made garments to cover them, gentle proof of his care, and led them from the garden into the wide world. Though the gate closed behind them, his presence did not leave. His light still shone on the path ahead. The days turned and generations passed, but that promise remained. The promise that love would triumph, that life would rise again, and that the Spirit who breathed into Adam would breathe new life into every willing